AI can estimate a home's value, but can it see the damage? Picture a house on a real estate website. The photos look beautiful: fresh paint, bright kitchen, clean countertops, new lighting. And of course, photos taken with a lens so wide it makes a half bath look like a ballroom. The listing says move-in ready. The neighborhood looks good. The price estimate looks confident. Very confident, actually. The kind of confident that makes you wonder if the algorithm has ever paid for a roof. And somewhere on the screen, an AI-powered tool has decided what this home might be worth. Not with a clipboard, not with muddy boots, not by crawling into an attic or noticing the smell of moisture near the basement wall. It looked at data, which is impressive. But data has never stepped into a crawl space and immediately wanted to leave. The model looked at recent sales, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, school districts, tax records, price history, listing photos, neighborhood trends, maybe even renovation keywords like updated, modern, or newly remodeled. And from all of that, it gives you a number, a clean number, a very official-looking number. And that's the part that makes people trust it, because numbers feel calm, numbers feel objective, numbers feel like they came from somewhere smarter than a gut feeling. But here's the problem. A house is not just data. A house is wood, concrete, wiring, plumbing, drainage, roofing, framing, soil, weather, workmanship, maintenance, shortcuts, repairs, and sometimes a few secrets hiding behind very attractive drywall. And no matter how smart AI gets, there's still a huge difference between estimating a property's value and understanding what's actually happening inside the building. That's what we're opening the room on today. AI can estimate a home's value, but can it see the damage? Because this question matters more than people think. AI is moving fast into real estate. Some of it shows up in the websites and apps buyers use every day. The estimate on a listing site, the suggested price range, the neighborhood trend, the automated comparison between one house and another. Some of it shows up in the tools real estate agents, brokerages, lenders, insurance companies, and investors use behind the scenes. Market analysis software, pricing tools, risk models, property data platforms, lead tools, listing tools, automated valuation models. And some of it is already in the hands of everyday people using public AI tools to understand whether a property is priced fairly, what questions to ask, or what might be missing from the listing. So, when we say AI real estate tools, we're not talking about one single tool that a realtor hands you at the door. We're talking about a growing layer of software, estimates, models, and recommendations that now sits between people and one of the biggest financial decisions they may ever make. And a lot of that is useful. Very useful. If you're trying to understand whether a home is overpriced, AI can help you compare nearby sales. If you're looking at a neighborhood, AI can help you spot price trends. If you're an investor, AI can help you with screening properties faster. If you're a buyer, AI can help you ask smarter questions before you waste a Saturday walking through a house that looked better online than it does in person. So this is not one of those videos where we pretend AI is useless. It's not. But this is also not one of those videos where we hand AI the keys to the front door and say, "You've got this, little robot. Tell us if the house is worth it." Because the model may understand the market, but the building still has to survive reality. And reality is where things get expensive. A home can look great in photos and still have foundation movement. A kitchen can be renovated and still have old electrical hidden behind the walls. A bathroom can sparkle and still have moisture damage under the flooring. A roof can look fine from the street and still be near the end of its life. A basement can be freshly painted because someone cared about presentation, or because someone wanted to hide water staining. And if you've ever seen one suspiciously perfect basement wall, you know exactly the kind of optimism I'm talking about. That is the uncomfortable gap between what AI can see and what the building knows. The algorithm might see a recently updated home. A contractor might see a rushed flip. The algorithm might see new flooring. An inspector might see uneven floors that hint at structural movement. The algorithm might see fresh paint. A person walking the house might wonder why only one wall in one room was repainted. The algorithm might see finished basement. A human might see future weekend project with emotional consequences. And let's be honest, that sounds funny until it's your money. Because buying a home is not like buying a phone online. If the phone is bad, you return it and get a better model. If the house has hidden water damage, bad drainage, structural issues, old wiring, a failing roof, or a foundation problem, you don't just return it in the original box and click Print Label. You own the problem. And that's why AI real estate tools need to be treated as a starting point, not a final verdict. They can help organize information. They can help compare data. They can help flag price patterns. They can help you understand what similar homes have sold for. But they cannot replace an inspection. They cannot replace engineering judgment. They cannot replace construction experience. They cannot replace a person standing there looking at the wall, the ceiling, the grading, the roof line, the crawl space, the attic, the mechanical systems, and saying, "Something about this doesn't look right." That sentence is worth money. Because a lot of expensive problems start as small visual clues. A crack near a window, a slope in a floor, a stain near a vent, a door that doesn't close right, a patch that looks a little too fresh, a downspout dumping water right next to the foundation, a deck that looks nice in the listing photo, but was built like someone learned carpentry from a 5-minute video in a dream. AI might eventually get better at identifying some of those things from images. It may already help in limited ways. Computer vision can scan photos, compare materials, identify visible defects, and help people notice issues. That's exciting. But it's not the same as understanding the full condition of a property. Because the most dangerous problems are often not the ones posing nicely for the camera. They're behind the wall, under the floor, above the ceiling, inside the panel, in the drainage, in the soil, in the repair history nobody mentioned, or in the difference between what a renovation looks like and how it was actually done. That's why this topic is bigger than real estate. It's really about something we keep coming back to on Build Smarter. AI is powerful when it helps us ask better questions. It becomes risky when people use it to stop asking questions. That's the line. If AI says a home is worth $425,000, that might be useful. But the next question should be, based on what? Comparable sales, neighborhood growth, square footage, listing language, photos, assumed condition, recent renovations, market demand, and then the bigger question, what is the model not seeing? Because every estimate has blind spots. Maybe the nearby homes used for comparison were better maintained. Maybe the square footage is accurate, but the layout is awkward. Maybe the house has a beautiful kitchen, but the HVAC system is ancient. Maybe the neighborhood is rising, but this particular property has drainage issues. Maybe the listing photos were taken at just the right angles, at just the right time of day, after someone moved the buckets out of frame. The buckets are never in the listing photo. That's practically real estate law. This is why people should not feel embarrassed for using AI tools, and they should not feel silly for being impressed by them. Some of these tools are genuinely helpful. The mistake is not using AI. The mistake is confusing an estimate with an inspection. One gives you a number. The other finds out why the laundry room smells like a pond. Those are not the same thing. An estimate tells you what the market might think. An inspection helps you understand what the house might need. And those two things can be very different. A house can be desirable and damaged. A house can be ugly and solid. A house can be overpriced because the photos are beautiful. A house can be underpriced because the listing is terrible. A house can look boring online and be one of the best-built homes on the block. That's where human judgment still matters. And not just any human judgment, the right judgment. A good inspector, a qualified contractor, an engineer when needed, someone who understands buildings as physical systems, not just financial assets. Because a house is not just a price. It's a roof trying to keep water out, a foundation trying to stay stable, a structure carrying loads, a drainage system trying to move water away, electrical and mechanical systems doing their jobs quietly until they don't, and every one of those things affects value. AI may understand what similar homes sold for, but if it misses the fact that this particular home needs a roof, a panel upgrade, drainage correction, structural repair, mold remediation, or major plumbing work, that estimate can become very expensive very quickly. And that's the lesson for buyers, sellers, investors, and anyone using AI in real estate. Use the tool. Just don't worship the tool. Let AI help you narrow the list. Let it help you compare prices. Let it help you understand the neighborhood. Let it help you spot patterns. Let it help you prepare better questions for your agent, inspector, contractor, or engineer. But before you trust the number, remember what the number may not know. It may not know how the house smells after a rainstorm. It may not know that the basement wall was painted last week. It may not know that the floor slope has gotten worse over time. It may not know that the new renovation was done quickly, cheaply, and mostly for photographs. It may not know that the roof has one more storm left in it. And roofs are not known for sending polite calendar reminders. And it may not know that the most expensive sentence in real estate is, "We didn't notice that before closing." That's the sentence we want to avoid. And AI can help with that if we use it the right way. Not as a replacement for real-world expertise, as a preparation tool, a way to walk into the process smarter, a way to ask, why is this estimate high? What assumptions is it making? What repairs could change the value? What condition issues would the photos not reveal? What should I ask the inspector to pay close attention to? What would a contractor look at that a pricing model might miss? That is where AI becomes useful, not because it tells you the truth by itself, but because it helps you get closer to the truth before you make a major decision. And that's really the build smarter point. The future of real estate is not AI versus human expertise. It's AI plus human expertise. The model can scan the market. The human still has to read the building. The model can estimate value. The human still has to understand condition. The model can say, here's what the data suggests. The person on site can say, here's what the house is telling us. And when those two things disagree, that's not a problem. That's the moment to slow down and pay attention. Because maybe the AI is right and the house is a great opportunity. Or maybe the AI is missing something expensive. Either way, the answer is not panic. The answer is clarity. Never end in fear. End in clarity. AI real estate tools are going to keep getting better. They're going to become faster, more common, and more persuasive. More buyers will use them. More sellers will use them. More investors will use them. More platforms will build them into the search process. That's not something to be afraid of. It's something to understand. Because once you understand what AI can see and what it still might miss, you're in a much better position to use it wisely. So yes, AI can estimate a home's value. But before you trust the number, make sure someone still looks at the damage. Build smarter, look deeper, stay human.